probably with due respect or respectfully disagree with my co-panelist Amin. It is not understandable. This one is somebody has to take responsibility. Who it is, I do not know. But it is not expected that Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga, that his life will be lived in teargas until up to his death. This is not forgivable. I don't think, as Kevin, I will agree that, there is confusion, so we can have teargas. No. As at the point in time when we changed the plan,
yes,
and we already said that, yes, the context is hard, it has to be done within 72 hours. But I'm just imagining someone watching this in Singapore, Malaysia, and is interested in how Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga used to quote the former Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew and his dream about Vision 2030 and how Kenya would pick up from Taiwan, Singapore, Malaysia, etc., And then ultimately he's seeing over thousands of people, and you said 45,000. Probably there were more than that.
Yeah, there were more than that.
And then kidogo, pop, teargas. What is he thinking about? Or what is that the lady thinking about in Tanzania here? Like President Magufuli's daughter, who has been eulogizing Raila all through, and might not probably be in Kenya, but is following through our national television stations, and then he's seeing teargas. I don't agree that Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga must live in teargas through his life and up to his death. So here, there is a failure of communication. Why was the body being taken to Kasarani?
Yes.
Some of my friends who are watching us here, like Oketo from Bondo, is telling me, ask them, why was the body being taken to Kasarani if now they don't want us to view the body? Now, moving it further is what kind of plans did they put in place? Because they could already have seen that from the highways, the CBD is closed, by the way, since yesterday at 1 p.m., or was it 10 a.m., when the announcement came over. Now, the CBD has been at a standstill. So, so therefore, what is this thing that we are calling understandable? What is this thing we are calling lack of communication? I didn't hear, and I'm hoping you will ask Ontumo whether they are public address. I didn't hear, as we kept even insisting and pushing this message to some of those channels. Play Raila's music, play Raila's voice, calm the crowd. I don't know whether they ultimately installed a public address because, okay, you take us there, then what is the format? How do we start? How do we organize? Which gate? Because Kasarani has hosted, as we saw, huge numbers. Every time Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga had rallies, they always ended at Kasarani. But none of them ended in teargas that now we want to treat him with at his point of death. There should have been a proper planning. And our military, honestly, can be able to do better than this. And that's why I said, I know that there is heavy planning going on, but that coordination, why do we have a national planning committee? It is to think through, the CDF is here, the party leader of ODM acting is here, the secretary of ODM is here, the president's team is here, the church, because at least a prayer, the choir, who is going to organize the choir to be able to sing, come down and provide those solemn songs. There is some detailed planning that goes. It's not just a matter of saying, I know people are many, now we are going to Kasarani. And I feel very offended because we are treating Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga like, probably as my co-panelist is saying, that there is somebody who wants to play politics, which I don't think is the right time to play politics of victimizing Raila Odinga, that is a man who has thrived in chaos, so even his public viewing has to be done in chaos. I don't think that is a proper narrative for Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga, because he's a gentleman that we have called the unifier, the Pan-African. It can't be that now our military cannot be able to organize people. What is the public image of those who are watching? And from the president's voice, he said, now the military is taking over, is going to be given state burial with all the artifacts and everything. And this is not how our very well-respected military, if you are to bring in GSU, if you are to bring in everyone, we have proper, very highly skilled, institutions that can be able to manage the crowd and be able to organize this thing so that it looks very nice and allow Kenyans to mourn Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga in a very respectable way. So this is not understandable. I think the failure of communication is evident. And I think even post this, there are people I will ask what really happened, because had Baba been there, You guys have organized massive rallies at Kasarani before. What didn't you do? Who dropped the gun? What didn't happen? Come on, a public address. We already said the people who used to invest in Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga's campaigns should have brought in a public address. I didn't see the ODM media van. It means that there's a problem. Yes, Azimio TV has done very well, and it is one team. I know the people who work there. They've done very well to provide the coverage. But communication, even from the airport to all these things. When Baba used to come from the airport, there is a music that used to be played. We don't want to agree that those were just campaign songs. And even if they were campaign songs, there are areas that did not address campaign issues. Cut the songs, like we said here with Mheshimiwa Speaker. We are living in an area of regime of context of AI. Cut the songs and make them meaningful. As you play them and people are dancing, and these are people who have not eaten, they are hungry, they are frustrated, they are mourning. Some of them will get tired, they will fall off the train and say, hey, me nisha dance ya kutosha, because I know it is possible that you will dance until you get tired, you get thirsty, there is no water. And you go home, and it's a way of letting go of the crowd. So this one, I think the National Planning Committee of Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga, you owe Kenyans and the world an apology and an explanation on this one.
A quick one, something I wanted to ask Kevin, and we've seen it throughout the day. What is the symbolism of the leaves that you carry when, in the Luo culture?
Yeah.
What does it symbolize?
It basically means, it could mean a number of things, but three top things. One is solidarity, that we are with you, I am with you, I empathize and sympathize with you at the same time. So solidarity aspect. And then number two is basically that I am coming in peace. I have nothing against you.
Yes.
I am one of you. And even if you were to do anything to me, the much I can do is just a leaf. And then three is basically a symbol of union. And I think from yesterday is a question that I've been asked by some of my friends as well. Yesterday on some of the roads, the young men would not allow you to pass without a leaf. And as I was coming here, I told you earlier on, I was also forced to get a leave because they had blocked Nyayo, the roundabout at Nyayo House. So no vehicles were going towards Parliament. But then I told them, it's me, Kevin Osido, and I have to go to Parliament. So one of them, I think from Kibra, a friend that I know, told them, no, wacheni mheshimiwa apite. So I passed through. But as I got to Parliament, because it was already very crowded, I had to turn towards immigration. Now the Nyayo House, there's a turning there. And they told me, please make sure that you have a leaf. So I had to get a leaf. I don't know from where, but I had to get a leaf. So it basically means that, yes, I am coming in peace. I am part of you. We are standing in solidarity. And basically that's what comes to the top of my mind.
The past 24 hours have been overwhelming for the nation because of this news of the passing of Raila Odinga, whose body came into the country